A massive destroyer, normally tasked with providing an air defense umbrella, and equipped with 112 launch tubes, was suddenly reassigned to the arduous and meticulous work of anti-submarine operations. What exactly is the strategy behind this move? Recently, CCTV turned its cameras on the Zunyi, a Type 055 destroyer commissioned just 3 years ago. Instead of practicing intercepting incoming aircraft and missiles, it was busy in the South China Sea learning how to hunt submarines underwater. At first glance, this seems unexpected. Historically, the dirty work of anti-submarine operations has typically been assigned to frigates like the Type 054A. Ships of the Type 055 caliber usually make their appearances with an air of unrivaled dominance, specializing in high-stakes tasks like air defense and anti-ship warfare. But this time is different. Footage shows the Zunyi deploying towed sonar arrays and launching Z-20 helicopters to drop sonar buoys into the sea, a series of maneuvers that look quite professional. This raises questions. Why has the Navy suddenly assigned these massive, 10,000-ton vessels to master this skill? Is it merely an expansion of capabilities, or does it signal a larger strategic shift, perhaps indicating new players entering the fleet and requiring the existing corps to adjust its role? To clarify this, we must first examine what the Zunyi actually demonstrated. CCTV's coverage revealed significant details. The vessel conducted back-to-back freeform adversarial drills in the South China Sea, where the location of the opponent was unknown, forcing the ship to locate and intercept targets independently. The Zunyi was equipped with a comprehensive suite of gear, a large spherical sonar array at the bow, and a towed array sonar trailing hundreds of meters from the stern. This array functions like a giant net dragged underwater, capable of detecting faint noises from great distances. The ship alone wasn't enough. Its Z-20 anti-submarine helicopters proved invaluable. These aircraft can fly hundreds of kilometers, hovering to lower sonar arrays into the water, or deploying sonar buoys to form an array. Combined with the ship's underwater capabilities, the Zunyi could build a remarkably comprehensive battlefield picture on the surface. Previously, the Type 055's prowess was often attributed to its 112 vertical launch cells and dual-band radar, with attention focused on air and missile threats. This operation, however, demonstrated its exceptional underwater detection capabilities. This proves that the Type 055 was never designed as a one-dimensional vessel. Its anti-submarine equipment is not merely for show, though it has rarely been highlighted before. So why emphasize this massive destroyer's submarine hunting capabilities now? This ties into potential shifts in the Navy's fleet structure. A rumor circulating in military circles suggests the legendary Type 055B is imminent. This isn't baseless speculation. Satellite imagery reveals shipyard sections measuring 26 meters wide, significantly larger than the current Type 055. The current Type 055 has a full load displacement of around 13,000 to 14,000 tons. If the beam is expanded to 26 meters, a displacement approaching 20,000 tons becomes entirely feasible. Japan's latest Aegis destroyers have already reached 17,000 tons. To maintain our technological edge, developing a larger, more capable platform makes perfect sense. Moreover, the propulsion system poses no challenge. China's domestically developed CGT-30M gas turbine engines have matured. 4 such engines combined would deliver ample power to propel a 20,000-ton vessel at high speeds while still providing significant electrical reserves for potential future laser or electromagnetic railgun installations. If a new 20,000-ton vessel were to materialize, its role would fundamentally change. Consider this. Such a massive platform could likely expand its vertical launch cells from 112 to 144 or more, while integrating the latest, most advanced radar systems. Its information processing capabilities and command authority would surge dramatically. Such a vessel would undoubtedly become the core of the entire carrier strike group, the so-called brain of the formation, responsible for regional air defense, command and control, and information fusion. This raises the question: what becomes of the first batch of Type 055 destroyers? They won't be decommissioned, they're in their prime. The best solution is to step back from the core role and move to the periphery, taking on more specialized tasks. It's like a company where a vice president overseeing the whole operation gets replaced by a more capable CEO. So the VP shifts to managing specific business lines, tasks requiring independent operational capabilities, like anti-submarine warfare, are precisely what the current 055s are suited for. You can see the U.S. Navy's structure follows a similar logic. Previously, The Ticonderoga-class cruisers served as the air defense command hubs for task forces, holding the shield aloft while the surrounding Arleigh-Burke-class destroyers were free to handle other duties. Our approach is now converging with this model. When future carrier strike groups deploy, the 20,000-ton Type 055B destroyer will anchor the formation's command center, handling overall air defense and command. The existing Type 055 destroyers on the periphery must possess independent capabilities to counter various threats, including submarines lurking below the surface. When carrier strike groups venture into distant waters, the greatest threat often isn't surface vessels, but submarines lurking in unknown locations. Equipping the outer perimeter 055 with formidable anti-submarine capabilities effectively extends the formation's protective net outward. This allows the group to neutralize threats autonomously without constant reliance on central command. The timing of the Zunyi exercise is also noteworthy. Conducted in the complex environment of the South China Sea, it carried a strong flavor of real combat. Reports specifically mention that after the Zunyi acquired targets, data was shared in real time with the entire formation, testing both the ship's autonomous combat capabilities and the system's overall coordination. The Navy now emphasizes system-based warfare, but each node within that system must first be robust. The Type 055's current enhancement of its anti-submarine capabilities addresses a key weakness, preparing it to assume new roles within increasingly complex systems. Though it now stands as a formidable 13,000-ton warship, it may well become the mid-tier backbone when facing future 20,000-ton vessels, tasked with more specific tactical missions. Looking back, all 8 vessels of the first batch of Type 055 destroyers have been commissioned, while the second batch is undergoing sea trials or preparing for service. The sudden emphasis on anti-submarine training signals a shift in the Navy's focus toward next-generation vessels. Existing Type 055s are no longer the all-purpose core expected to handle everything. Instead, they are honing specialized skills to make room for fleet structure optimization and upgrades. Global naval tonnage is expanding, and while our pace is steady, we must keep up. If the Type 055B truly lives up to rumors, featuring a 20,000-ton displacement, more advanced integrated power systems, and even compatibility with future directed energy weapons, it would represent a generational leap over the current Type 055. While the U.S. touts the Trump-class battleship, a 30,000-ton behemoth that sounds intimidating, its actual feasibility remains questionable, appearing more like a product of strategic anxiety. Our approach has always been steady and methodical, functionality before tonnage. We don't blindly pursue colossal vessels, but prioritize platform adaptability and system balance. Once the Type 055B is finalized, carrier strike groups will truly achieve specialized roles: anti-submarine, air defense, and surface strike with clear divisions of labor, significantly boosting overall combat effectiveness. Thus, the Zunyi's recent anti-submarine exercises, while appearing routine, may signal deeper preparations for the Navy's next major fleet overhaul. The Zunyi's ability to force submarines to alter tactics during exercises demonstrates its genuine anti-submarine capabilities. By honing this skill now, the 055 can smoothly transition from a core command vessel to a frontline warrior capable of tackling tough missions when new ships arrive. This does not imply a weakening of the Type 055, but rather signals that our Navy's overall strength has advanced to a new level, requiring more advanced platforms to shoulder heavier responsibilities. This CCTV report seems to be sending a message to military enthusiasts. The new large warships may indeed be imminent, and the next phase for these existing 10,000-ton destroyers is already prepared.